Yo, what's going on, guys? In this video, we're going to be doing first from HackMyVm. This is a box really easy. And yeah, let's get on to the video. So as always, I'm going to start by spinning my terminals here. I'm starting running a net discover my SAR 10.0.0.1/24/I0. Doing this, we do get that be the box 10.0.0.244. So do Control Shift Z, so we're doing mmap scan. So do mm -c for default scripts, -z for narration, we'll scan all ports on the IP. Do this, I'll do -z verbose. Get this, we do port open for HTTP, port 21 for FTP, port 2 open for SSH. I'm server visiting port 80. Doing this, it does seem like they did get Apache working, which was installed. We also do have a to-do list, also a user as first. So I'll keep that in mind as user first. I'm going to control user source code. It doesn't seem like we do anything. So I'm starting doing some remote immersion, running a GoBuster. So to GoBuster remote -u into the IP address, we'll do -w//user share word list or buster. We'll do buster directory list with the medium.txt, we'll do extension HTML, txt, and also PHP. Get this, we do the index to HTML. Looking back at the mmap scan, we do have port 21 open for FTP. It does seem like anonymous FTP login is allowed, which we can log in using the user anonymous. Port 20 open for SSH, this is running Ubuntu, port open for HTTP. And this is Apache. Looking back at the GoBuster, it doesn't seem like we do anything. So we do have FTP for port 21 open for FTP. So I'm just going to use wget to do like a recursive on here. So wget will specify FTP 10.0.0.244. We'll do port 21. All this is going to do is put this into a directory for 10.0.0.244. Now we do have this. So I'm going to be checking this .rail, which does seem like this is a hidden directory. Also do have it first, and we do get it first _ logo JPEG. So I'm just going to copy this first, copy it back to directories. Now we do have our first logo .jpeg. I think there is Stego in here, so I'm going to start running an XF tool against first logo. It doesn't seem like there's any comments under here. I'm also going to run a we can run a Stego Vitos against this. See what we do have under here. All Stego Vitos does is check for Stego in here. So I'm going to start doing miscellaneous. We do have a results folder. Also do have a keepers, which is usually at the end of the file, under the directory. And we do have this file here. If I run a file against this, we do see this is a JPEG and a JFIF. Just another way to confirm that there's Stego in here. We can actually use the steg hide, which we can use extract -sf for file. It does enter a passphrase, and it just showed that we can extract any data with that passphrase. So I'm using stegseek, which if you never use stegseek, it does pass his way to find the password for that stego file. We didn't answer a file, we didn't answer a passphrase here, so it does seem like there's data in this file. So doing this, I'm going to use stegseek. We'll just specify the file name. We'll use a user share word list rockq.txt. This seemed like it did find a passphrase here as first _1. And the original file name was secret.txt. So do else.mysla. We did have a .out. We can just cat this out and also just base64 -d. Or you can just copy this. You can just echo this actually. We can just echo that and then pipe this out to base64 -d. You do see that we do get the same result. So here we do have a to-do list, which was encoded in base64. Also do have, or this was encoded in base64, we do have the to-do list, which is encoded in hex. So doing this, I'm just going to go to CyberChef. I'm going to be searching up from hex, so from hex. And we do get a directory here, so I'm just copy this, put this in here. I'm going to control use source code. So we do have a list here, which is the first to patch the buffer overflow. And the secret file. Also do have the temporary upload file, and also to put the server on the World Wide Web. We do have an alert here, which is basically just this alert here. I'm going to be running doing some more immersion, running a GoBuster against this directory. So do GoBuster remote -u. We'll just zoom out. We'll do -u. We'll do -u//user share word list. Under bus directory, list to be the medium.txt. We'll do extensions HTML, txt, and also PHP. So we do have a /uploads, which I'm guessing this is where this uploads files located. Also do have an uploads.php. It does seem like we can upload a file. Just to test this out, I'm going to be uploading just a random file here. See if there's any filtering with this within this file upload. So I'm just going to go to HackMyVm. We'll just go to first. I'm just going to upload this first logo JPEG. Go to upload JPEG. I believe this is under uploads. We do have the first underscore logo JPEG. Doing this, I'm just going to go to PHP rev shell. We'll just go to pen test monkey. We can just go to the GitHub too. So I'm just going to go to PHP rev shell. We'll go to raw data. I'm just going to wget this. We'll into PHP. I'm going to go to interactive mode. We'll put this as 10.0.069. We'll put this on 9001. Right quick, we can cat this PHP and just cat this out. Now we do have the IP address on 9001. So I'm starting my listener here. So it'll be all right. I cat my sound VP on 9001. So I'm just going to go to upload. Results, keepers, php. We can upload it. We have this under uploads. Now we did a PHP shell. We do ID. And now we do www data. Doing this, I'm just running up bin/bash -i. It doesn't seem like we do have anything. I'm just going to export my term is equal to x term. Put my terminals here. I'm going to start doing some more enumeration under var. We'll go to backups and see if there's any backups under here. Doesn't seem like we do anything under there. I'm just going to go under var www HTML. We do have this to-do list, which we did find. And it doesn't seem like we do anything under here. I'm also going to check under /home. We do have a user as first here. We do have a user.txt. Also do have a .sh. Doesn't seem like we can access that. I'm going to start running a sudo myself. So we do have a bin neofetch. I'm just going to copy this, go to GTFO bins, see if we do have a neofetch so we can get a shell in here. So we do have neofetch. Let's see if we can get a shell in here. Basically, we can just move under /temp. We can put that as that. Copy this under here. Now we do have a temp under here. So do sudo. Run this as we can run this as what first? Run bin neofetch. We can run a -minus config on the variable. This seems like we do get permission denied. I'm just gonna run a chmod 777 for our shell. We do ID and now we're first. So I'm just going to run bash on here. Run a bin/bash -i. Now we're first. We do have a .sh on here, which only has authorized underscore keys. We'll split my terminals here. We'll do mkdir for, I'll just name this keys. We'll cd into keys. We'll do ssh-keygen. Copy from /root.sh. We'll do id_sa to this directory. Also do the .pub. Cat this id_sa.pub. So I'm going to echo, put this under here. We'll put this into authorized underscore keys. We do have port 22 for SSH, so we can add our authorized underscore keys in here. We'll do chmod 600. We did have for authorized underscore keys. Now we do have this as read and write. So we'll do SSH into first. At 10.0.0.244, we'll do -i for id_sa. Do ID, and now we're under first. So I'm clear my tools here. I'm just running a sudo myself. So we do have a bin secret here. So I'm just going to run else myself on here. Check the permissions for this. Only we can run this as root since we do have sudo permissions for bin secret. I don't know what this is doing. maybe pass. Wrong. So we don't know what this binary is doing. I'm gonna do night ID. We do have a LXD here, which we can just run an exploit against this. I'm just gonna search up exploit DB. We can just use LXD to mount. I'm just gonna do LXD or LXD. Put this in here. I'm just gonna we'll go to /dev shm. I usually like using like exploit instead of copying the whole file. I usually just copy it. Actually, I don't really wget this because every time I run it, you should get an error when you do copy it or use wget. So I usually just copy the exploit, right? Doing this, I'm gonna run exploit. I believe we can use -f. Yeah, we can use -f for the file name for the tar.gc file. I'm seeing into my documents here. I do have this for LXD. We do need to get this alpine file in here. So do Python 3. We'll do MySim http.server on port 8081. So wget http. We'll do 10.0.069 on port 8081. We'll be getting that alpine file. Okay, so we're going to be running exploit.sh. We'll do -f for alpine. It does seem like the machine did crash, but I just reset the VM and we're good, right? But doing this, we can do ID. We can seed into mount. We can go into root. We can seed into root again. And cat root.txt. So there's our root flag. For that, doing this, you can actually just go to mount root. You can seed into etc. Under here, we do have a password file, which we can just add our own password file to get a person's shell on the machine. So to mk password, we'll do MySim for SHA-512. Basically, I'm just going to join my own hash here. I'm just going to enter pass. So now I'm just going to vi into password. I'm just going to vi into this password file here. I'm just going to go into interactive mode. I'm just create a user, which I'm just going to echo this out since we just create a user as a proxy programmer. Put the colon there. We'll specify group. We'll do colon /root/bin/bash. We just put this at the end of the password file, which is going to be for password. We don't want to overwrite it, but we just want to put it at the end of the password file, right? So we cut this password file out. Now you do see that we get a proxy programmer. So max out this. I'm switching to the proxy. Well, first you can just cat / the password. Now you do have a proxy programmer here. So you do the proxy programmer. You pass, we do ID. Now you do a prison shell on the box. The second way to get root on this box is start by doing a sudo mycel. We just get out root first. So do sudo mycel. We do have this bin secret here, which we don't know what this is doing, which we can just put this in Ghidra and find out what this is doing. So I do have a Windows VM here ready. I'm just going to transfer this to my machine. So I'm just going to do Python. Where the binary is at. If I do on secret, you see that we do have the binary located here. So do Python 3 -m http.server and port 8021. I'll just go to mkdir for bin, cd into bin. So do Python. I'll just use the wget. So do the wget. We'll do http 10.0.0.244 and port 8021. We do have the binary as called secret. Now we do have a get request from my machine. Doing this, we can just I'm gonna start a Python server. So do Python 3 -m http.server and port 8081. I'll just do this on 5555. Do some port 5555. Now we do have this listening. On this, we're going to be switching over to my Windows machine, which is the VM. Since this is a Python server, all I can do is visit my IP address, which is 10.0.0.69 on port 5555. You do see that I do have the directory listing for secret, right? This is all I'm going to do for just to get this on the Windows machine. So switch over to our Windows machine. So now we're on the Windows machine. Doing this, I'm going to start opening Microsoft Edge. We did have the Python server on our Linux machine, which is on 10.0.069 on 5555. We do have the directory listing for secret, since I only did list the Python server under that directory, which was it bin/bin. I only had that secret directory. Doing this, I'm going to open CMD here. So I'm seeding to my desktop here. We'll just do a dir. We don't have anything under here except the gauger, which was so we can run that right. I'm going to be using curl by default. Windows does have curl, so do curl HTTP 10.0.069. We did have some 5555. We did have the binary as secret. We do need to output this to just output it to secret. Now you do see I do have the binary for secret here. I'm just going to open Ghidra. We'll go to Ghidra run. So I could run Ghidra here. I'm just going to go to close. We'll just go to file. We'll go to new project here. We'll go to non-shared. We'll name this testing bin. We'll go to finish. We'll just go to, we can drag and drop this here. We do know that the format is an L file. Since it is for Linux, go to OK, double click this. We can just go to yes, go to select all. We can just analyze this, apply, analyze. So doing this, we want to look into the function to see what this function is doing for this binary. So you just go to the main function, click here. We do have two buffers here for 114 and also 10. We do have a char 16 and char 88. So here we do know this is inputting for the local 16 which is going to be for this one right here. And basically, if the buffer is over 16, that means we can it's going to execute the next line. We can it's going to put in correct, and it's going to input the command that we can answer, right? So let's start by testing that out. So doing this, I'm going to go back to my Linux machine. I'm just going to start by, I'm just going to locate a, let's see, we're going to locate a pattern create. We do have a pattern create here, which is going to be for the length. So we'll do myself, we didn't know that we did have the length for, if I go back to my Windows machine, we do have the length for 16 or local_16, which is the buffer for 10. So I'm just going to create this for 15. I'll just copy that. We'll just go to, we'll do the slash, we'll run this sudo myself. We'll do bin secret. We'll do sudo -u, run this as root for bin secret. We did have the length here for 15. And to show correct for the input command. Looking back at the source code, we did have local_16, which is the buffer for 10. We entered 15. It went on to the next line for this else statement, and then does correct input command. What we do have here is for correct input command. So do ID. Now we'll do root. We'll do the same thing. Instead of running ID command, run a bash. We'll do ID. Now we'll do root. I'll myself root.txt. We'll get this mentioned in the video. Fully subscribe. And I'll catch you guys at the next one. Peace.